And I know that there is currently an absence in people's lives. So ideally, what you'd want is something that could fill that gap for a while, until sports can return. Something with an existing infrastructure, a schedule of heart-pounding events, a passionate fan base, and no human contact. Something to which I'm obviously building.
If you've been on Twitter lately, you may have seen this viral video.
Marbles in the blocks, and they're off. It's a neck and neck race up there at the front. Oh, and actually, Comet hits the divider. The attenuator slows him down, and he falls back into third place, now into the clutches of Deep Ocean. So it's Reflector out front, and now Tarantula takes the lead.
Oh, fuck yes. Let me introduce you to JELLE'S Marble Runs. They're based in the Netherlands, and they are a competitive marble racing league that is, to put it mildly, absolutely fantastic. They upload races to this YouTube channel on a regular basis, and nobody to whom we have shown this, including non-sports fans, has not ended up wanting to watch more. There are entire racetracks with marbles as fans, plus a marble tournament with 16 different events featuring relays, watercourses, and obstacles. And there are also backstories for the marbles involved and some truly passionate fans.
20,000 people from around the world tuned in live to watch last week's race, and JELLE'S Marble Runs YouTube channel has millions of views.
There are big fan bases built up, not just for the teams, but for the individual marbles. And when one isn't performing very well in the season, you're going to hear about it on there, and they will, let that marble know they got to pick up their game a little bit.
Now, on the one hand, that's amazing. On the other hand, the marbles don't really need fans to tell them when they're off their game. I mean, take a look at the Midnight Wisps. They came in 4th in their debut season, just missing the podium. But did they settle for that? No, they didn't. They came back the next year and they won it all. They used their shortcomings as motivation to come back even stronger. Or rounder. I don't know. Whichever adjective is best for marbles. The point is, this isn't just a YouTube distraction. It's a beautiful competitive event, and the world needs those more than ever right now. This year's Marble League tournament is actually due to start next month. Unfortunately, with times being hard, the league was struggling for money, even tweeting, "To make the Marble League, we need sponsors, a head sponsor and some smaller sponsors." So this beautiful thing is in danger of going away just when we need it the most. Or rather, it was in danger because it turns out they're not actually looking for a sponsor anymore. And the reason I know that is you are looking at the new sole sponsor of the upcoming Marble League tournament. That is right, we are proudly sponsoring all 16 events over the next few months. But wait, because there is a twist here. In addition to our sponsorship, the winner of each event will get $5,000 donated to a food bank in their name. Whether that name is the Raspberry Racers, the Green Ducks, the Hazers, or even the Oceanics, although frankly, they're going to need a ton of reorganisation in the locker room because they were a fucking mess last year. And what's more, at the end of the entire tournament, the overall winner will get a $20,000 donation made in their marble team's name to the International Rescue Committee. It is the only way that we could think of making what these guys are doing even better. So please, check this out.
JELLE'S Marble Runs and Last Week Tonight present.
Down they come, Hazers to the lead, Green Ducks into the water. Now they have a lot of trouble moving through those quick chicanes to start things off. And the Savage Speeders keep their momentum up. They fall into the final funnel. Raspberry Racers trying to fight for gold.
The sports event of the summer has arrived.
Wow, unbelievable. Oh, he was knocked off. Fight developing in the fan section. Raspberry Racers, they take the lead. Neck and neck, all 4 finish line in sight. Who's going to get it?
Marble League 2020, premiering June 21st. This one's for all the marbles.
Your thoughts?
Compelling. Absolutely compelling. You have to wonder then how a marble could lose and then come back the next year and win. I'm not doubting the soul of a marble. I'm not doubting the spirit of a champion.
Yes.
I'm just saying physically it feels like they're just the same marble.
I kept waiting for it to get so ridiculous that it wasn't true. And then it sounded like this is actually something that people are doing and it
as the video went on, it got more and more serious.
It got more and more, instead of doubling down. I thought when the names came out, they'd be like, it's Big Ball Boys. And
those logos are hard, by the way. Those logos are really, really cool.
I watched a video on the channel, and the video on the channel had a, you know how when you're watching a sport event, sometimes they'll have this in reality TV, we call it hero shots, which is where you like take the athlete and you put them on like a pedestal or on the side of a mountain or something like that, and then you take a camera and you go like this in like super high frame rate so they can do it in super slow motion. There's like wind to their ponytail or whatever. Like they were doing that exactly. They were doing that with the drivers who made the marbles, and they're wearing Formula One outfits with their name on it. Like, and dude, I'm talking about some very expensive cameras shot this footage. Like, it is gorgeous. I was like, this is amazing. Why did they do this? And Dean, if Pat hasn't told you already, he and I are going to be doing a reaction series to the whole league. We're going to watch every event. We're going to make a fantasy team, each of us, of certain marbles and follow them through the whole league. And
that is hilarious. That is awesome.
To fill the gap.
Can I guest star as like a super redneck fan?
I think we can often find a way to include
super trashed.
Yeah.
Pat, I just got an idea. So what we do is we could do the episodes, and then when there's like an act break in between races, we could like interview Dean or somebody who's like a fan and be like, so this is crazy. I'm down here on the field with Dean Stanfield, #1 Raspberry Wisps fan in the world. And so how are you feeling as a reaction to, like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
It could almost be like the way Larry the Cable Guy used to be on Bob and Tom. He would call in as a character and like give his reaction to whatever they were talking about.
That's
and
fantastic.
Anthony was saying, I was just talking to Tony, and he was like, we could also do it like dodgeball, where they have what are their names? Cotton McKnight and Pepper Brooks. Yeah.
Oh.
They weren't at the event more than like a few minutes. Like they shot a couple overheads. Everything else from that movie that's them, they shot separately, and they just played the video and put headphones on them, and they just fucking riffed. And you and I, Pat, could do that at the Room and do it as if we're commentating on it. And just mute.
Oh, as if you're the commentators in the side booth, like, whoa, did you see the Raspberry Rollers?
Yeah.
Did you see them going on?
They already have those guys in a more legitimate way. But I think as this kind of satirical parody version, we could be like the re-airing of it. You know what I mean? Like maybe even a Sports Center type version where it's retro. It's after the fact.
Yes.
I don't know.
Interviewing marbles. At some point, you got to interview marbles.
That's great.
Bring the marble, put him on like a podium stand, and have you both. And we've got the winner with us today. Raspberry Roller. How did you feel coming out of the third turn? I saw I got a little rough on the edges there, and I was really wondering if you were going to pull through. You look like you're getting dropped through on those circle slides. Looks like you're having a really rough time. Could you explain a little bit about that? Wow. And you felt like that was what that was something. Your father was an influence, and his passing away this last year really threw your team into and just like that's fucking genius.
A variation on that same joke is like Pat and I are talking, and we're like, man, that was a crazy fucking round. That was a crazy race. Wait, hold on. We have a live feed right now from the press conference where the winner is giving a press conference. Let's go to it. And it's just a microphone in front of a marble on a steady shot with the sound of like cameras and silence for like a minute. And then it comes back and it's like,
the proper press conference, someone goes, we're going to start with an opening statement, then we're going to open for questions. Yeah. A minute of silence. And then someone says something to the effect of, Stacey Johnson, Minneapolis Star Ledger. What were you thinking coming out of turn 3?
If we take this seriously and we find a way to make enough content regularly with all of it, $100 says we're on John Oliver the next time he covers the update for it, because that's what he does. He's like, you might remember that we did this. Well, people took it a little fucking seriously, and like they show all the clips they found on YouTube of people doing it, and if it's like,
I'm gonna take my shirt off and paint myself purple.
We can just do so much with it. There's a pardon the interruption take. There's a Sports Center take. There's an actual like interviewing live take.
we could even have fake sponsors on our show that are like because you know how the sponsors will pay for graphics on sports things. So we go to the like, what is it? Pat is not my thing. Fucking. They go
there. I know for college basketball when they recap the college basketball tournament on ESPN, it is presented by Reese's.
Exactly. And one of my favorite joke writing exercises is fake sponsors, because you can never stop coming up with like hilarious fake companies and services.
I'm just so excited to funnel all of my sports fandom. It's just going to get overloaded into the Marvel stuff.
Oh, y'all are going to go the way that you two fucking lunatics. I want to be a part. Just the two things I want to do, and you don't even have to involve me in anything.
No, it's fine. Let's hear the pitch.
I want to be a part of a pit crew. I want to be interviewed as a pit crew guy, and I want to be the super fan, and then I want to be a sponsor. I want to bring like my jacket in, my smoking jacket, and a fucking like just a giant cowboy hat, and I want to be like just the buyout sponsor. I'm an oil field I'm an oil field tycoon, and I just bought out an entire race team. Those are the three people I want to be. If you can think of any more, I'll do them. But those are the three I want to be.
I just got the image of you with a bunch of marbles on like some sort of little stand, and you have like a tiny little cloth, and you're like polished. You know the way you fucking, what is it?
Bowling ball.
Yeah, Lebowski. When he's got the fucking thing like
he's
this.
got the towel bag.
So you have a tiny little one with a marble in it, like, yeah.
It's my show pony.
You don't fuck with the Jesus.
$10 million to buy out a company, whichever one. With my oil field money, I took all of my oil field money and I put it into this race team. And I've curated what I think is the best at all time. Jeff Gordon's numbers on there.
I love this.
Yeah.
Is that the start league June 1st?
It's I think June 21st. It said.
Okay.
I'm hoping that soon we'll get some sort of announcement about like which teams are in it and more details about it, because I mean they're getting sponsored by them. They probably just got a big fat fucking check and they're spending it like right now on making new stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, and if they're really smart, they'll put out a lot of stuff for people to fuck with, like graphics and stats and history of the teams and all that kind of stuff. And if they do, I'll grab hold of all that stuff and we can use that to, do you know what I mean? To make our situation more robust than what we're talking about. What do you got?
Not that I wasn't paying attention, but the oil field man's tycoon, he bought
just
it.
To circle back and
he bought it for his son.
Put a pin on
he bought it for his son.
And
it's a miniature.
It could be a podcast where Dean just free association rights in front of us.
It'd be like the oil tycoon guy, and then his son. He bought it for his son.
Sure.
And his son is just, you know, he wanted his son to be involved in sports, and so he couldn't get involved in sports until it was marbles.
It sounds like you're writing your own like Dallas style nighttime soap opera. It sounds
it's great.
Very dramatic.
I'm gonna have my own backstory.
Yeah, this is Dallas, but with marbles.
It was Dallas with marbles. And then you can do another sideshow where you.
How funny would it be if it were called Dallas but with marbles?
That's so funny. Yeah. There's a whole, and don't even make like an intro to an episode and air it on that show.
That's fucking brilliant. All we have to do is shoot a trailer. We don't have to like actually make an episode of that show. Just a bunch of funny little moments, and we stitch it together and with some music and be like, coming this fall, Dallas, but with marbles.
We'll go on my ranch, and there's just like the field is cut, and there's just like little marbles everywhere.
You You could do a Breaking Bad style spinoff where he's making like all these blue marbles that are better than everybody else. Like it's endless. It's
No,
truly
or the
endless.
marble, the dark side of the marble industry, like where it goes bad.
College marbles.
College marbles. It's endless. It's fucking.
Well,
endless.
what's the most fucked up thing is that they don't pay the college marbles.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, I got it.
He's got it.
The drug for marbles, the enhancement drug is wax. Polish, you know, the wax.
Yeah.
It makes them go faster.
Some black market polish.
Yeah. Somebody needs to get penalized for doing black market marble.
Yeah, there's so much to just.
You should get penalized for coming up with that tongue twister you couldn't get out just now. Black magic markers, on the market with marbles, something like that.
Yeah. Penis. What?
I think it's fun that even as much as you give me a hard time about my sexuality, your moments of tension often lead to
penis.
Yeah, exactly.